All right, listen, to all of the Trump supporters who have been relentlessly commenting on my video since the election, all that I ask is that you stick around while I concisely lay out the case as to why Trump is a threat to our media and why he's not the free speech candidate that you guys think he is. He's actually quite the opposite. Now, I'm going to lay this all out in good faith. I hope that you approach in good faith as well, and I'll be using Trump's own words and actions from the past few weeks to demonstrate my case and to prove that he is very intentionally creating this chilling effect on the media where he wants them to be scared to criticize him. He wants the media to be too scared to publish articles. And if you're saying, oh, the media already sucks in the first place, you're missing the point. In a democracy, the media exists as a check on politicians, a check on powerful people. If somebody's doing something bad and they're powerful, you want the media covering that. The same way that the courts act as a check on our politicians or on citizens. So when Donald Trump is undermining the media, that undermines some of the checks that presidents have. And if you're going to say, oh, the media already is beholden to Joe Biden, please. The Washington Post wrote like 700 articles about Joe Biden's age over the course of the past year. So the idea that the Washington Post or the New York Times are beholden to any one party is totally false, but Trump wants it to be that way, and I can demonstrate that to you guys. But really quickly, I just want to say, I have the best audience ever. I genuinely love you guys. It's been a stressful week for me because I'm moving apartments, I'm traveling a bunch, I'm visiting family, so it's been very uniquely stressful. And when I made a community post about that, the comments made me feel so supported. Everyone was saying, we'll be waiting for you, you can take a few days off, make sure you get some rest. And in the moment, that really did help ease my stress levels while I was going through this uniquely stressful week of moving right in the middle of the winter for some reason. But thank you guys. I love every single one of you. I have the best, most supportive audience ever. And now that I said that, let's jump into the main topic of the video, because there's a real chance that my YouTube channel or MeidasTouch gets targeted over the next 4 years. I mean, MeidasTouch already popped up in a few court filings that Trump and his team filed a few weeks back. So I guess we can start off with the ABC lawsuit that Trump brought in 2023. To run you up to speed, George Stephanopoulos said that Donald Trump was found liable of rape. So Trump and his team immediately sued ABC and said, whoa, 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 he wasn't liable of rape, he was found liable of sexual abuse. Like that makes it any better. But again, Donald Trump doesn't actually care about the contents of the lawsuit. He just wants to make it seem like he is battling the media. So last week, ABC decided to settle this for $15 million. And I want to point out, ABC settling does not mean they lost. It does not mean that Trump was right. There's really no winner or loser there. There could be a multitude of reasons why ABC would settle before it goes into discovery. Maybe they did the cost analysis and realized that this will cost them way more than $15 million if they let it drag out. Maybe they didn't want to be battling the president as he takes office. Maybe they just are bending the knee. There are so many different reasons, but it does not mean that Trump was right in his lawsuit. I just want to clarify that. I mean, they were right about to enter the discovery stage, and you guys remember how terrible that was for Fox News. All of the texts got leaked, all of the emails got leaked, so maybe ABC just didn't want to go into the discovery phase. The point here is that Trump's lawsuit was complete BS, but now this creates the permission structure for him to sue the media more, for other people to sue the media more, and maybe even get away with it, maybe even get some money out of it, even if the case has no standing whatsoever. So I just want you to put yourself in the shoes of someone like me for a second, or just a young journalist who's living on their own, doesn't have a corporation behind them like CNN, or imagine you are a pollster or you are a social media influencer. Now, if you're someone who works hard to provide objective facts all of the time, to report the truth, and you see Trump suing Selzer, which we'll get to, he just sued Selzer, he also sued ABC, he sued so many different media organizations, then you're going to start second guessing yourself. You're going to start stopping yourself from publishing things that could be critical of Trump. You're going to start thinking, is this worth bankrupting my entire company? I mean, I personally do not have anywhere near the resources to fight any sort of legal case against a Trump admin or a DOJ. My best resource is probably Ben Meiselas, to be honest, but just think about the chilling effect that that creates. People will stop themselves from publishing stories if they think it could bankrupt themselves. And it doesn't even have to be, like when people think of media oppression, they think that CNN is going to get their door kicked down and there's going to be guns pointing at CNN journalists. It's not even that. It doesn't even have to be that insane. It just has to be Trump and his cronies bringing lawsuits towards the media that creates a chilling effect and makes the media not want to cover him as much. I can promise you guys, we will be relentlessly bringing you guys the truth. And I know that everybody hates to listen to Trump, but I really want you guys to listen to this quick clip where he says that social media influencers could very well be targeted. People with individual platforms, YouTubers can be targeted. Just listen closely.
I want to expand on the defamation lawsuits. Could you see moving that to other people with individual platforms, social media influencers, people that...
Or newspapers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
He even builds on it. Okay, so Trump is asked, can you see that moving to other people with individual platforms, social media influencers, and he goes, or even newspapers. So he is totally on board. And just think about this for a second. He knows what he's doing here. He is very, very intentionally posturing and saying, hey, I will bring lawsuits towards these companies if they criticize me more, and then people won't be publishing critical stories as much, and you don't want that in a democracy. I'm okay with people posting stories critical of Biden, not because I don't like Biden. I love Biden. He's my favorite person ever, but the thing is, I think the media should have the freedom to criticize who they want, to publish who they or what they want, without the threat of a lawsuit being dangled over your head at any moment. And here's what I find annoying. Trump supporters will so quickly make the argument that when Trump is talking about tariffs, he's just posturing. He's posturing so that people fall in line. He wants Trudeau to fall in line, so Trump is acting like a strong man. But then when we apply that same argument here, hey, maybe when Trump is giving these press conferences and he's posturing towards the media, he's doing that because he wants the media to fall in line, which should not happen in a democracy. So it's almost like a one-to-one comparison. Trump supporters will very quickly admit that, yes, he does use inflammatory rhetoric so people fall in line, but you shouldn't do that with your own media. That's absolutely disgusting. And it kind of reminds me of an iceberg in the middle of the ocean. Think of an iceberg in the middle of the ocean. All that you see is the tip. That tip is probably the ABC lawsuit or the Selzer lawsuit that he's about to bring. You think, okay, the tip of that iceberg is really bad. You probably shouldn't bring lawsuits like that, but it's not a big deal. But what people are missing is the entire iceberg below. Underneath that tip, there's this invisible current that changes the way boats have to go. It changes the direction of the waves. So what I'm saying here is that this ABC lawsuit and the Selzer lawsuit, they have a way bigger effect than people think, but it's sort of below the surface. Now let's finish this clip really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I do. I think you have to do it because they're very dishonest. We need a great media. We need a fair media. We need, it's very important. And we need borders.
Borders? How did it get to borders? He always finds a way to somehow bring it back to immigration when that's not what he was asked about. But when he says he wants a free media, a free press, that's only rhetoric. His actions do not align with that, when literally the next second he says that he's suing Ann Selzer, a pollster. He's suing the pollster Ann Selzer, who released the Iowa poll, because he thinks that that is election interference. It actually hurts my head because this dude tried to overthrow the election in 100 different ways, and now he's suing Ann Selzer for election interference, which again, only muddies the waters and creates a chilling effect. What if pollsters now are scared to release their polls because they might get sued? Watch this quick clip.
I see others. I have a few others that I'm doing. I'm going to, as an example, I'm doing this not because I want to. I'm doing this because I feel I have an obligation to. I'm going to be bringing one against the people in Iowa, their newspaper, which had a very, very good pollster who got me right all the time. And then just before the election, she said I was going to lose by 3 or 4 points, and it became the biggest story all over the world because I was going to win Iowa by 20 points. The farmers loved me, and I loved the farmers. And it was interesting the way she did it.
I cannot stand this guy, but let me show you this article from the MeidasTouch Network because, again, there's a very real chance that over the next 4 years, MeidasTouch is somehow dragged into some Trump lawsuit, or my channel gets messed up because we criticize Trump too much. But Ben Meiselas wrote, I will keep this short. This is a message to Donald Trump. We are not scared of you. You threatened us in 2 pages of your New York court filing. Guess what? Not scared. Your settlement with ABC and George Stephanopoulos does not scare us at all. You can't bully us or intimidate us. We will never settle or submit to you. I will sit there and personally take your deposition if I have to. You keep coming after us and you will only cause our platform to grow bigger. We don't run. We don't obey. We have no investors who we answer to. We have no oligarchs pulling our strings. We have no billionaires forcing us to submit. We have my brothers, our hosts, and the Meidas Mighty. You guys, that's it. Our stakeholders are the subscribers to this Substack, and they demand the truth. The same thing with my channel. Being a subscriber to my channel means we're building the community here, and I'm being genuine. I'm being genuine when I say that because being a content creator is a double-edged sword if you think about it. So right now, I have no outside investors, like that article said. I am not beholden to anybody except for what I want to provide to you guys, the truth. There's no investors pulling the strings behind the scenes, and I love it that way. But in that same vein, if I got dragged into some sort of lawsuit, the lack of backing from an institution could also hurt. So that is why we have to keep building this community and make sure that we're almost bulletproof over the next 4 years. I'll leave it at that. I love every single one of you. Drop a like, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.